Welcome to Croesus, the most aggressive foot fungus known to Gillinor. My name is Edmuz and I am going to be your teacher today in the battleground of the Croesus front. You will learn everything you need to know about roles, the strategy, the map, and mechanics, and most importantly, the loot. This is one of the most unique boss fights in the game of Runescape, and welcome to the Croesus front. Let's talk requirements. Very first thing you're going to need is base 80 or higher in fishing, hunter, mining, and woodcutting. These will be instrumental throughout the entire fight. Next are the elite skilling outfits and your tools. For your tools, they have to be your best in slot. I would recommend a tier 70 or higher besides the magic butterfly net and the rotomatic. The elite skilling outfits will simply help you gather faster, completing your nodes quicker. Super restores are mandatory because your stats get drained instead of your health bar. We will go into more detail later in the video when we talk about the roles. For right now, let's talk about the battlefield. First and foremost, how do you get there? If this is your first time ever going to Croesus, you're going to start at the archaeology dig site. Run north, head towards the big ancient door. When you get to the door, click it. You'll go inside and you'll land right outside the Zamorakian dungeon. You are now inside the ancient city of Sintistan. From there, you're going to head towards the center of the city and then go east. That will take you to the eastern Croesus front. Continue running until you hit the big gross green gates. I think they're green, I can't see colors. And also, if you are newer to the game, the boss front, or Croesus front I should say, has a tremendous amount of skilling nodes and XP buffs that you can use to farm out money if you do need it, and also offers an alternative way to skilling. I do recommend using the Croesus front to get big tropes, which can have pages worth up to 10 million gold if you do need an alternative moneymaker. Now at the gate, you should be able to enter the boss arena. Next are for my wet-nosed willies. You're going to go to the max guild. If you have a max cape, you're going to use the boss portal. The way you can set the boss portal is by going into the max guild using the max guild teleport. From there, run up the stairs to the right and then right-click the portal. You'll be able to choose Croesus from there, even if you do not have one kill count available to you. This is also a great tip for any boss who you do not have kill count at to use at wars through the boss portals that are available there. You just have to make the extra teleport to max guild, but that's not a problem, playa. And lastly, for my Croesus veterans, go straight to War's Retreat, set that boss portal to Croesus, and you're good to go. Fastest way to do it, highly recommend it, and for anybody who needs to get their first kill count, this is great motivation. Now that we're inside the boss arena, let's talk about the dangers of the arena. Let's first talk about the large mushroom patches. They will have a multiple rows of 4. One of those mushrooms in each 4 will be glowing. It's very simple. Click them. When the encounter is happening, though, you will have boss mechanics happening. So you will get bombs, slimes, fairy rings, all types of things as you're navigating through this. Do not worry. You're going to move fast enough to get through them. Next, when the bombs come down, do not spam click, because when you spam click, you bounce around and get hit by the bombs anyways. Click them once and you'll be good to go. Next is the minefield. This one is a little bit more complicated because you have to navigate through them. If you do not navigate through them, you will get a tremendous amount of stat drain. When you get your stats drained, you build in range on the boss. Now, it's very simple. You're going to see a path throughout the minefield. Walk through it precisely. Click, zoom in, see how you got to do it, and then navigate your way there safely. You can also get through halfway point and surge, but if you want to be a Giga Chad, you're going to do a surge dive. Walk up one step off of these stairs, and then get a full picture of the map. Find a safe spot to dive to. Dive, surge in a single tick, and get across safely. The middle energy fungus is one of the most important mechanics of the boss fight. If you do not clear this fungus, Croesus will indeed kick your ass and kick you out of the room. You may get sticky fungus on your feet, which we will talk about later. You just gotta clear it and then click the middle bit. It'll scoop it out and then you'll be good to go. Now those are all of the world ending mechanics from Croesus. Next, let's talk about his actual attacks in weaponized fungi. All of Croesus's attacks are staggered in 12-second intervals, which can be kind of difficult to track while you are going through your fight. I do recommend using the Alt-1 plugin called Sus Alert. What it does is it provides a timer on screen, providing the player a 4-second warning when an attack will happen. Now, these attacks can drain your stats and then ultimately get you kicked out of the room. There are multiple spore bombs that come out. Just move out of the way of them and you're good to go. fairy rings pop up and teleport you around the room. Move out of them and you're good to go. Slimes are fast moving, so either move out the way and run away from them, or use crystal mass. Another spore bomb, move out of it. For stuns, use freedom or anticipation to break out of them. Sticky fungus will appear at your feet. Click and burn those away. Green bomb attack like the other ones, move away. And finally, the middle energy fungus. Using Sus Alert, all the attacks are very manageable. There are 4 available roles for Croesus: Hunter, Mining, Fishing, and Woodcutting. Each have to deplete their node and run their resources across the map. We're going to go into all of these roles, starting with the Hunter role. Hunter is one of the fastest roles to do at Croesus because it has one of the highest success rates when it comes to gathering your resources. For your main inventory, you're going to be bringing logs of some sort. They can be any tier of log. I'm using protein logs. You can use super restores as well for food, grasping rune pouches for crystal mass, spirit attraction potions for grace of the elves procs, acceleration potions that zip around the map more. You're going to bring tools of each type. So I have a fishing rod automatic, a hatchet, and a pickaxe. And then for the actual armor I'm wearing is the elite trapper's outfit with the artificer's measure. Regardless of role, be sure to bring your skilling cape for whatever role you're taking. Up next is the miner role. Going to be the same exact thing as the hunter role. However, we're going to be using the elite skilling outfit for mining, which is the magic golem outfit. You can use a tool that can use invention perks. However, I think the tier 100 pickaxe and a T99 pickaxe do work very well, and I also recommend bringing an artificer's measure to help you rebuild your statues. Next up is the fishing role, arguably the slowest role out of the batch. Again, pretty much identical loadout for them all, so once you have all the core items, you're pretty much set besides the elite skilling outfits, which will vary. I do recommend the one thing that I would like you to change is have a dedicated grasping rune pouch for crystal mask. Crystal mask is such a big game changer because it negates so many of the mechanics, just like these slimes, and because you're running around the room less, you will be gathering more resources and increasing your score. Last is the woodcutter role, which is easily one of the best roles. I'm just being biased because I like woodcutting, but it is the exact same loadout as the other ones. Next up is our fight plan, which is going to be the long short strategy. The route is the same but in different start points. For this example, we will be starting at the woodcutting node. The fight will begin, deplete the Araxi and get 16, deposit them into the box. After depositing, be sure to deplete the rest of your node. If you do not have 16 resources, you have to get them from the outer nodes. After you have your 16, navigate through the large mushroom patch, which are these shiny mushrooms. At this point, you should be getting a mid energy fungus. Deplete your mid energy fungus, get the majority of your points, and then move on to the large mushroom patch. Navigate your way through there, not hitting the mushrooms, or dive surge, and then you'll hit the portion where your statue needs to be contributed to. Completing this first run is your long run. After contributing to the statue, you must now then withdraw from the fishing box. Collect 16 resources from the fishing box, move over to the large mushrooms, and you'll do your short run. Navigate through there, click the shinies, and then contribute to the statue of Vendi. You have now completed the long short. Next portion of this is rotting. Well, the way you rot is you must collect 10 resources from the outer nodes of your final destination. Collect 10, then click on the resource you collected, and then you'll have the option to rot them. When you have 10 of the rotten fungus in your inventory, click any of the harvest portions on the dead monster. That will then rot and reset your timer on the monster. Once you've completed rotting, you will then rebuild your statue. Be sure to equip your artificer's measure for those extra tick procs. While you are repairing, you should be getting a second mid. When you get the second mid, go to mid, contribute your points, remove the fungus, and then move back to the statue, finish repairing, and then pray. Once you've prayed, you have then completed the main portion of the fight, and you can now just harvest from the middle, killing Croesus. The middle will cycle between all of the nodes of mining, fishing, hunter, and woodcutting, so that's why you need 80 in every single one of those stats. That way you can contribute and get your maximum amount of points. Now, let's talk about the actual way that you get rewards from Croesus, and that is through contribution points. Contribution points are what you get when you help participate in the kill. A minimum of 420 contribution is required in order to receive the maximum amount of drop rolls of 12 after each encounter, and a minimum of 60 is needed to get a unique drop. The majority of your points will come from removing the energy fungus, repairing your statues, harvesting from the sparkly nodes on your respective spot, contributing resources to a statue, are again your best ways to get points in Croesus. Here is my log from 690 kills here at Croesus. I got 1 crippling top, 2 bottoms, 2 gloves, 2 spore hammers, and 1 book. Too bad he doesn't know I can't read. it's quite a decent amount of drops. These are more of the high value drops, mostly things that I remember look for Crypt Bloom items, and also the Spore Hammer, which is incredibly good for mining, and it's one of the highest value items at Croesus at the moment because of the 110 mining update. My overall review of Croesus is that it is a very fun boss. It's a very different encounter compared to the rest of the content here in the game. Has decent common loot as well. You can make on average around 13 to 14 mil on common loot alone, usually picking up a big page to an hour. And also, if you're an Iron Man, has tremendous loot. Cons, it is a long fight. It can be hard to find teams, but overall, a lot of fun. I recommend using the Croesus FC to find teams, and that is how I was able to get into most of my 4-mans. You can do a mass on World 68, but again, because they are faster kill times, you have a less contribution score, and you're going to have a lower chance at getting a drop because you're not hitting every single roll. Much love for watching. Hope you learned something new today. Huge shout out to the channel members and also the Twitch subscribers. You guys are the best. If you'd like to support the channel, you can do it for $1 a month. Helps me a lot. These videos take a lot of work to do, I'm not gonna lie, and I really appreciate it. Join the channel in the description below and check out this Resident Evil video. Bye!